So, hi Leo, my name is Chris and this is your reading for October. Let's just dive right in. The Page of Wands in the center of your Celtic cross, because that's what we're doing. I hope you're fine. I hope you're tuned into this reading. There's the World card and we see the World card again and again and again. It's the end of 2025. There's a victory march here. We're wrapping something up. We're closing a circle. We're ending a big chapter. And you're not worried about this, right? You're totally fine with it. There's the victory march, 6 of Wands at the crown, right? And here's the main aspect. That's the Page of Wands. Jolly good fellow. He's just moving along, right? He's going on his merry way. And the World card, of course, you know, you got the insignia of the old circle in your hand, right? So you learned your lesson. The foundation, the foundation is the 8 of Swords. There's fear. There is fear of the unknown, probably, but there's absolutely no reason to fear, right? It's a success story. Whatever is ending here, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a job, maybe it's, there's the Sun card. That's in your recent past energy. So the sun is already shining. You're just having your victory march. There's the 4 of Swords. And this is how you use your mind, right? Not to worry, not to catastrophize, not to, oh my God, is this right? Is this real? You know, sometimes when things are really working out, and I mean, you got the World card, the Sun card, the victory march, right? Things are working out. We probably can't believe it, right? Is this really happening, right? Yes, it is. It's a fantastic energy. So don't use your mind to worry, catastrophize, question everything that happens to you. If it's good, take it, be grateful for it. Use your mind to, you know, concentrate on what you want to create. And that's the 4 of Swords energy. That's meditation, right? It's just tuning your mind. There's a new chapter, and this new chapter is full of possibilities. So you can manifest whatever you want. This is a new chapter. I mean, it's the October reading, right? But you're already into this potential, right? You're tapping into this potential. That's your energy. That's the Ace of Pentacles. And it's not like the Ace of Pentacles is just fulfillment, but it's the potential, right? So you have all the possibilities to make something beautiful. There's time to celebrate. Outside position, the outside world, how you relate to other people, how they relate to you. That's the 3 of Cups. Joyful, happiness, right? Having a little celebration. Destiny, right? That's the Wheel of Fortune. And the outcome is the Hangman. And this is a good Hangman, by the way. You're on the right course. That's the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. The Hangman in the outcome and the victory march, right? The old circle is closing, right? So you're wrapping up the old. And it's destiny calling, right? So it's a complete new chapter, I would say. And the sun is already here. The sun is already shining. And why the Hangman? Well, the Hangman is not just the Hangman. The Hangman has this little aura around his head while he was hanging in there. And that's some sort of enlightenment, you know? You had a light bulb moment, you learned something. Yeah, and you're going for your potential here with the Ace of Pentacles again. That's the Ace of Pentacles, that's your energy. And you are going towards that, right? And you know where you want to go and what you want to create in the new chapter. The sun is already shining, like I said. And why the Hangman? The Hangman learned something in the old chapter, right? There's the Ace of Cups, right? What did you learn in the old chapter? Maybe you learned self-love. The channel's name is Philautia, not for a reason, right? self-love. The Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles in the center, that's pretty big. Let's just say this is the clarifier for the Victory March, the Page of Cups. Yeah, a new beginning, a new chapter, something unexpected. Follow that. And whatever happens while you wrap up the old, it's not threatening, it's not a fight, it's not worrying. And I feel like sometimes, as I said, when good things happen to us, let's just clarify the Sun card, with the Chariot. When good things happen to us, and especially after a while of not so good things happening to us, it's hard for us to believe that. Page of Wands to the Knight of Wands, clarifying the Four of Swords here. Again, worrying. You are afraid of the blessings. Can that be? Okay. Because you're unexpected. You know, and sometimes we get used to the old stuff, right? We get used to dealing with toxic people, toxic situations. And when that finally stops, we have our toolbox for the dark night, so to speak, right? We know how to deal with the moon. We know how to deal with the shadow aspects. We know how to deal with toxic people. And suddenly there are good people coming along. Suddenly the sun is shining. Suddenly the old chapter is gone and everything is falling into place and we're getting blessings, right? What? You know, my toolbox. I got all my tools for toxic people and the shadow stuff, right? What do I do now? And that is creating this anxiety, I think, right? Because everything else is fantastic. The Hanged Man, again, clarifying the Three of Cups, and we're coming to the Hanged Man. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is clarified by Judgment, right? You're waking up to a brand new day. The sun is already out, right? It's already there. You're already in it. You just have to accept it. Because there's the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups, bottom of the deck, the Six of Pentacles. I feel like you just powered through the dark night of the soul, some sort of dark night of the soul. Toxicity, toxic people, narcissistic abuse, whatever it was, it's ending. And suddenly there are good people, and suddenly everything is falling into place, and suddenly there's self-love and self-respect that you have learned through that dark night of the soul. And all that is coming together. The universe is on your side. You're waking up. It's a brand new day. All this potential, big potential, 3 aces, my dear. And like that, right? And that's the Victory March. Maybe even people come to you and say, hey, well done, or that was inspiring, or something like that. And you think, what is happening? Everybody was kind of, dark night of the soul, toxic people, they were not celebrating you, right? So that's the Hanged Man energy, right? You're kind of hanging in there, but you already got your light bulb moment. And you just have to process it, right? Before you really keep going and start, right? I feel like you already started. You already realized your potential. You already realized this great idea. Maybe you're, I don't know, it's entrepreneurial. How do you pronounce that word? Maybe you're creating a business for yourself. Maybe you're creating a new job for yourself, a new career, the Ace of Pentacles, right? Down to earth energies, but you're doing it coming from a place of authenticity and self-love and self-respect. And you're excited about this. And you're hesitating, right? And you have to let it sink in. I mean, the old circle is ending, and as I said, it has a hold on us the longer it has taken. But take your time to process it. Take your time to shake off the old. And by the way, shake off the old. I recommend meditation when you've been through narcissistic abuse or nonsense or bullshit or whatever. Dark Night of the Soul energy is a little in the past, right? Really shake it off for 5 minutes or 3 minutes or however long it feels good to you. You see that? Just shake it off. That's releasing a lot of tension and stress. And then you can meditate and you can go for long walks. Just let it sink in and process it. But don't process it in the mind alone. Process it with your body, you know? Feel it, let it out, let the tension go out for long walks, walk into it, so to speak, right? And you're walking into a big, big, wonderful blessing here. And the Page of Cups is telling you, hey, there's something unexpected. It's really that good. Celebrate, be happy. And you're hanging in there and you think, yeah, I understand it, but I'm still hanging in there. And then the Knight of Cups comes along and says, hey, didn't you get the message from the Page of Cups? Because now I'm the Knight of Cups and I'm telling you the same thing. And by the way, if you're done processing, if you're done shaking and going for walks, could you please follow the Knight of Wands here and be a little passionate about this new beginning? You know? You have to accept the blessings when they come in. And the Hanged Man with his little aura around his head. And what do we get from the Blue Angel Oracle deck, number 12? Enlightenment. Enlightenment. Liberation. The old circle's ending. Liberation. And when you have been entangled, when you have been hanging in there, it's sometimes really hard to, you know, you're turning from the, you're leaving behind the old Eight of Cups here underneath the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is just standing there and protecting his stuff because it's under attack maybe, or he is expecting it to, maybe there's someone coming along stealing my seedlings that I planted, right? Process that. But the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands, they are going for this potential. And just wake up to a brand new day. Enlightenment. Liberation. There's no need to hide behind a persona that you think others will find more acceptable. The real you is far more beautiful. You are not your personality, not your job, qualifications or achievements. You are not your success or failures or any other earthly things. Who you are is far more noble and precious than anything you can possibly imagine. Imagine yourself surrounded by a warm and gentle rose quartz light. Feel yourself bathed in this healing energy until you imagine nothing but light. Let yourself be free of the restrictions you have placed upon yourself. You are a beautiful soul, perfect just as you are, so let your inner light shine through. It is time to free yourself from the illusion that prevents you from being all that you can be. I'm as bad as the worst, but thank God I'm as good as the best. Walt Whitman. I think it's a lesson in accepting blessings, right? And just really embracing what the universe is bringing in and offering to you, because you got 3 aces. Let's not forget that. 2 times the Ace of Pentacles, right? And the Ace of Cups. That's your prize, by the way, from the old circle. You know, whatever you went through in the past, you're getting something out of it. And what I got out of it was self-love, by the way, Philautia, right? We are called to be the architects of the future, not its victims. I'm placing this to your wonderful foundation with the Eight of Swords, overthinking. Oh my God, can I do this? Is this really happening? Maybe I should just, I don't know. We are called to be the architects of the future, not its victims. Buckminster Fuller. People will treat you the way you allow them to treat you. Treat yourself good. Be yourself a friend, right? And you know, that's totally Knight of Pentacles energy. How it's sin. That's one of my most favorite quotes, by the way. What matters is the countless small deeds of unknown people who lay the basis for the significant events that enter history. They are the ones who have done things in the past, and they are the ones who have to do it in the future. How it's sin. And you have done that. You have done countless small deeds, and maybe you haven't been recognized. But you lay the basis, the foundation for all these blessings that are coming in right now. You have done things in the past and you have to do things in the future, but this time much more lightheartedly. Where do I put this? That's here in the back, I would say. Now it's time to be the architect of the future and no longer its victim, right? And remember one thing here, that the perception of the world is a reflection on your state of consciousness. And I'm not solipsistic here, right? So I'm not saying whatever you see and whatever you encounter in the outside world is just a reflection of yourself, but you tune it, the way you perceive it, the way you interpret it. There are still a-holes in the world, right? And there are still narcissists in the world, and you're most likely, absolutely sure, definitively encounter them. But you know what? That doesn't matter. If you rest within yourself, if you love yourself, if you protect yourself, if you respect yourself deeply, if you have healthy boundaries, you know, if you don't worry too much, if you have a practice, whether it's shaking or meditation or going for long walks or whatever, if you ground it within yourself, if you rest within yourself, if you love yourself, all these a-holes in the world, all these narcissists and toxic people, they can't really grab you because you're keeping your frequency up, you're respecting yourself. You're not taking their bait, right? The world is still full of toxic people, but you have learned self-love, you have learned self-respect, and now the sun is shining and you had your enlightenment, right? You had your enlightenment. Let's just read that one line here. There's no need to hide behind a persona. You don't need a shield anymore. The real you is far more beautiful. You're not your personality, your job, qualifications, achievements, and successes and failures and all these things, right? Okay, let's do one more animal oracle spirit. What is this? Oh, there it is, okay. Ah, that's beautiful, I love that. What is it? Nightingale spirit, there's love is all around. Love is all around, number 41. Where are we? Love is all around. In the darkness of night, Nightingale spirit sings her song of love and hope, a harbinger of dawn to remind you that the sun will rise again. Soon, it already is here, by the way. It's already freaking here. The sun will rise again soon. You are so loved. And the illumination song of the Nightingale spirit, the illumination song of the Nightingale spirit, calls you to a new level of self-awareness and connection with the light. Yes, there is shadow and darkness, but love and prosperity exists everywhere, even in the seeming emptiness of space, darkness, and the starless night. Here can hearken, I don't know that word, to the message, letting the music of the Nightingale song remind you that love is all around. Feel it and trust in tomorrow's light, renewing your ability to recognize that the spaces that appear empty are filled with love and abundance. Illumination will happen soon. And what is illumination? It is enlightenment. It is the prize that the hanged man gets for hanging in there. That's the aura around his head. That's the crown of your reading. It's a success story. The sun is already shining. You got all this beautiful potential, and that's all I got. Namo Buddhaya, my friend. I hope you liked it. I hope you resonated with it. If you did, share, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think about it, if it resonated with you. And hopefully see you next time. Namo Buddhaya, my friend.